So I'm sitting here at the cockpit. This is how I'm opening the video. Thank you for tuning in to the Dr. Kayak channel. It's really very little about a kayak anymore, but maybe someday. But it's just the name of the channel, so let's not take it too darn seriously. First, I want to just give a shout out to Carol. Who's Carol? Carol has a channel called Seeking a Better World View, and she lives, I think, in a truck camper or her camper, whatever it is, camper van, camper, but she's a Canuck, you know. She lives up there in the Canada area there, up there in the north. And hi, Carol. Thanks for looking in on my video. I'm looking at you. But I just thought I would open the video with a howdy to Carol. I have a cookbook. I'm gonna put a picture of it right in here somewhere. It's a cookbook for dudes, kind of, for us dudes. We dudes don't typically eat well, especially if we don't have a dudette in our life. So what we do is we go to fast food restaurants and eat garbage food. Sometimes we take it home and eat garbage food at home. Order the pizzas. Yeah. You don't have to do that. So as far as the cookbook goes, I have a cookbook for sale. It's not cheap. It's expensive for me to have them made. It's not like a big published affair, but if you want to buy one, you can give me $50 in my PayPal thing link in here somewhere. It's not up here anywhere. It's on the channel somewhere. As you can tell, I'm not good at this, and that's not my goal, to get good at this. As far as selling, almost said shit, stuff on my channel. I don't want to be that, guy who's trying to, make a living from my YouTube channel. I just do this for shits and giggles, as we say. So it is a cookbook for dudes. It's a profane cookbook, so there's my kind of language in there, and the recipes are simple, easy, basic recipes to make really good meals. So if that's something that sparks your interest, contact me and I'll get you one. They're very cool. It's called a culinary guide or a book for cooking shit or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember even what it's called. I use it all the time. I just don't look at the cover. So that's my cookbook. I have a cookbook. And again, it's not a published thing. I'm not trying to make $1 million from it. I'm not even really trying to sell it. But if it sounds like something you might be interested in, ask me about it. And we can get together and I can get you one. So I moved to Mom's house a few months ago to take care of my elderly mother. As you know, I probably discussed it in previous videos. That didn't work out. So I moved back up north in with my lady friend. And that's, to say the least, is proving to be challenging. Now, I lived for over 10 years by myself, alone. I didn't have anybody to get along with. I didn't have to compromise with anybody. I don't even like the word compromise. I think compromise is bad, because if you compromise, you're giving something up. And when you don't have to compromise with somebody, you don't have to give anything up. So I'm not used to giving stuff up. So that's where I am right now. I'm with my lady friend, and she was gracious enough to set aside a spot in her sewing room, which is the front room of her house. We get to look out at the the Great North. I think I gave you a tour. I won't even bother with giving you a tour of the room. Don't forget about it. You don't need to see it. But we live in a quaint little manufactured housing community, which is a disguise for a trailer park. And I've lived in this trailer park for a number of years. Moved down to try to help Mom. That didn't work out. Moved back up here to the trailer park, and I hate it. I really hate trailer parks. And it's not even the trailer park I hate, it's the management. The management company is called Aspire, and they really suck. They suck. Their main goal is to make their residents as miserable as possible by arbitrary rules. I can't keep a kayak on a trailer in here. I wanted to put a carport on my girlfriend's driveway. Now, when I lived here last year, I had a carport and I could keep my kayak trailer in it. And they even say in the rule book that as long as you have a carport, you can keep your RVs in there. Kayak is an RV. A camper is an RV. A four-wheeler, RV. Those are RVs. But now they've changed it, arbitrarily eliminating certain RVs. They're literally shitting in the oatmeal of people just to screw with them. There's no reason. There's no rhyme. If you keep your stuff nice, neat, organized, clean, which I did meticulously, it shouldn't matter. But they're enforcing their silly little rules. So my goal is to get the hell out of this place. I would like to do it with my lady friend, but I don't know if she's going to be able to pull it off or not. I hope so. So what I've been doing here, by the way, is shoveling a lot of snow. This has been the worst winter in northern Michigan in a long, long time. We probably had 3-4 feet of snow most of the winter, and it seemed like every single day it snowed, and every single day I had to get out and shovel and use the snow thrower. And I was doing 3 driveways. I was doing the lady's friend, I was doing the elderly next door neighbor, and then I was doing the lady who bought my property because they come up periodically to work on the place. So, I've been all winter long working my fanny off, just trying to keep the snow out of the way. And that sucks. I don't want to deal with snow. I'm getting old there, fellas, so I just don't want to be doing this anymore. Okay. So, in the same vein, it's been one of the best winters in the world if you like to ski or snowmobile, because they're digging it. And here it's the 9th of March. We're getting close to being out of this nasty winter weather, as I would put it. And I'm looking forward to springtime where I can do some stuff outside. She wants a new porch. I'm going to build a porch. I'm going to build a kayak rack off of her shed. Stuff like that. And I enjoy fixing stuff, working around the house, gardening, stuff like that. So we're going to do all kinds of fun stuff like that. I'm looking over here at my notes. A couple of weeks ago, her and I both came down with COVID. That sucked. We were down for about 2 weeks. I mean, down hard. But we didn't die. That's a good thing. Because, we obviously. I'm just here to bitch about stuff. Her cat is an asshole. Yeah, I said it. Her cat is a beast. He's just a complete jerk. I wake up in the morning and he comes at me. Oh, hey, and he rubs against my leg. Oh, buddy, will you get me some nice food? I love you. I give him food and then he's like, screw you, I'm out. You're an asshole. What did I do? We're not allowed to leave him outside, period. Cats in the community here are not allowed outside, period. She breaks the rules. She puts them out on a leash. That's why I call her the crazy cat lady. The cat will leap 4 feet in the air and snatch a bird out of midair like nothing. Nothing. He is a beast. He's a killer. He's a murderer. And then in the morning, I love you. Oh. He likes to rip up the furniture in the house, and I made it abundantly clear that, oh, pretty little kitty, as we have aptly named him recently, Shitty Kitty, will not be going anywhere near any RV camper that I will eventually own and become nomadic. Cat don't go, no. Another rule I've always had was if I'm going to feed it, eventually I'm going to eat it. Sounds like a good rule to me. So, so the other thing is cohabitating. Like I said, for 10 years, I've lived alone, and cohabitating is very difficult. I don't cohabitate well. I want to be the boss, my way or the highway kind of thing, and I don't think that works well with a couple. Especially these days when all these women are all liberated. But anyway. Looking at my notes. So I'm shopping quite a bit on the laptop and on the interwebs, looking for a truck. I've got a truck. It's not really worthy. I mean, it'll do the job, but it's getting rusty, and I want a nice truck if I'm going to be out on the road full time. So I'm looking for a truck, and I'm looking for a camper. I got a little bit of money saved up. I can buy a couple of these two things used, and that will leave me with very little left in the savings department. So I might consider financing if I can get a good rate. So for the easily last couple of years, I've been shopping. So I have an idea of what I want when it comes to RVs. I like the Grand Design products. Smaller, kind of the better. They make one called the MK17. And the numbers always refer to the size, the floor size in the trailer, not the overall length. And I'm also looking at a trailer camper that has a 22-foot span, and I don't really want to go any bigger than that. I want to be able to get it into smaller spaces. So Grand Design seems like the way to go. I've looked at so many others, but the Grand Designs claim to be a 4-season camper. Not that I want to live in my camper in sub-zero weather in the forest somewhere. I don't want to do that. Prefer to get out of Dodge when the weather's cold, head south. So that's the plan. How am I going to make a living? Well, the other thing is that I've been looking into for the last few years is camp hosting and work camping, which are two different things. Camp hosting is something that you do at the campsite. You work out a deal with the state parks, typically the state parks. There are private campgrounds that have camp hosts too. And they all offer something a little bit different. The bottom line is with camp hosting, you get a free site, you get a free camping site, you got to work 20 or so hours a week in lieu of giving them money for the site. That's a good deal. Save some money on that. Some parks offer free campsite plus money. Money sounds good. Well, money always sounds good. I'm one of those people who are considered retired. So being a retired guy, I filed for Social Security. I'm not really retired. I'm just old enough to get free money from the government that I paid into my entire life. So I'm doing that. So I'll get a little bit of money from the gov once a month, not much. And then if I can maybe snag a part-time job or camp hosting and maybe make a little money on the side, or work camping, which is where you camp in an area, but then you work somewhere outside of the campground. You get a gig, you get a job. You're going to, well, I'm going to work at Home Depot. And you pull down a paycheck, and that's how you pay for your RV site. They can get expensive, and that's not always the best scenario. Having a couple doing nomadic living, camp hosting, that's a different story. You have the power of two people to make money. So if anybody is in the nomadic frame of mind, that's a little. There's a lot of information. Don't take anything from me, but that's how you would make money on the road, unless you're a publisher. You can work remotely through an employer, which would be great too. And one of the big challenges when you're on the road is finding internet. So there's another cost that's going to hit your pocketbook fairly hard. So that's another thing you have to consider, being a nomadic person. Okay, so I got a lot out of my noggin here. Let me look at my notes. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit. Nomad, when I say I want to do the nomadic thing, it's not really nomadic. I just don't want to spend my entire life in one spot all year long. I'd like to maybe do some driveway surfing, find some friends, park the camper in their driveway for a week, a month, whatever, and then move on. My brother lives in Pennsylvania. It'd be fun to drop that sucker in his yard and hook up to his facilities and stay there for the summer. And then when the weather gets cold, you can bail and you can go somewhere warm. So I'm looking at those possibilities too for my semi-nomadic lifestyle. It's a good way to go, I think. So getting back into the drama of my life, the challenges that I've had over a lifetime was marriage, children, losing everything, getting stuff back and losing it again. I wanted to be like my mom and dad. I wanted to have the wife, the kids, the picket fence, the cat in the yard, in our case, the dog in the yard. And I did that, but that's the whole cohabitation thing. Nobody ever sees eye to eye. I don't care who you are. I don't think human beings are meant to cohabitate. I don't think that we are meant to compromise. No, I don't think so. And then when you start having children, and then you come to loggerheads, the husband and the wife, the mom and the pop, and they butt heads and break apart eventually, you've got this world of homes and cars and investments and children and pets that all have to be dealt with. Why do that? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that to your kids. And I did it twice, and and I think it was me. I think it was my fault. I'm the boss. It's my way or the highway. And for me, I left all my stuff there and hit the highway. And like a dummy, I did it again. And I'm not doing it anymore. I had my member removed. It's just completely gone now. I look like a Ken doll. So no more kids. No, I'm kidding. It's like I still, But anyway, enough of that. So when I decided to go into this nomadic lifestyle, working toward that goal, it was like getting divorced and losing all my stuff again, because you can't take all that stuff that you've accumulated over a period of your life with you. You have to figure out what you need and get rid of what you want but don't need. So I'm slowly doing that. Most of all of the big stuff is gone. And just two sticks, rub them together, make a fire, a little loincloth, and you're all set. That's what I'm going to do, I think, eventually. So this was just a catch-up video. I think within the next 2 years, I will be in a completely different environment. I will be out of my lovely lady's sewing room and maybe in my RV somewhere in a warm, woodsy place where I don't have people telling me that I can't have this and I can't do that, I think we'll always have that to an extent. But I'm getting to the point where I'm too old. to put things off anymore. It's time to start, getting serious about the plan I've been working on for a couple of years now, and move on, get it in gear. So, if you have any thoughts on that, drop me a comment. Look, I'd like it if you subscribed, because I'm a narcissist, and I think if I have a lot of subscribers, that I matter. And that I'm not trying to make any money from the channel. Unless you want a cookbook. No, the cookbook, I would be happy to get you. But I'm not making a penny profit on it. I will get it to you for the cost. No interest in making money on it. I just, like I said, I would like to have some legacy somewhere other than rotten children that hate my guts. Don't have kids. Don't. That's Ken Doll. Go that route. Anyway, I gotta go. Thanks for looking at my channel today. This is Dr. Kayak saying, I have no tagline. I got nothing to say, but thanks for looking in. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.